Is Queen of the Universe worth watching? Hello and welcome back to the Miscellaneous channel where we do miscellaneous things. I'm Selene. I typically cover pop culture, internet trends, and other miscellaneous things on this channel, so subscribe if that's your vibe. Mostly I cover reality TV though, so I think I need to change my intro. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about Queen of the Universe. It finally ended and it was kind of a weird show. So I was waiting for it to end to give a holistic review of the season. And this is a little bit of a laid back kind of review. I don't have like a ton of deep thoughts on this show. I just wanted to talk about it and how it's different from what we've seen, how it's similar to some reality TV we've seen. And I'm kind of surprised a show like Queen of the Universe took this long to get created. Well, let me just start with my initial typical question, and that is Queen of the Universe worth watching? I think so. So I'm not sure if Queen of the Universe is super worth watching. I think so. The talent on the show was sort of the highlight for me, so I recommend it if you enjoy singing competition shows. I think singing shows are hard because they have been so oversaturated on TV. This is a new enough spin on it that feels like not gimmicky the way like The Masked Singer and Alter Ego are. So I do recommend it if you like singing shows, if you like this format. This format has become so like formulaic for these singing shows. For me, it's not as exciting, but I think if you like any of those shows, American Idol, if you like The Voice, if you like Masked Singer, Alter Ego, Masked Dancer, also, if you like RuPaul's Drag Race, I recommend trying it out since it is a singing competition in drag. As a reality TV show season, I don't know that season 1 of Queen of the Universe is gonna leave a huge impact on my brain. I don't know that I'll remember too much about it in like a year from now. The reason was because it was only 6 episodes long. So I just feel like it was so short that I didn't get enough to really fall in love with the season as a whole. It really felt like a trial run. Just keep that in mind that it might not be like the most groundbreaking. Maybe it is. I mean, the format is kind of groundbreaking, but the season itself wasn't necessarily. I mean, it's hard to explain. I just think because it was so short, it was hard to get super invested. Plus, it being a new show, the format was a little clunky in certain ways. So I just think it's typical of a season 1 of a reality show, nothing too crazy. The plus side of it only being 6 episodes is that it is a easy enough investment. You can try it out and see if you like it. And by the way, Queen of the Universe is exclusively on Paramount Plus. So let's talk a little bit about Queen of the Universe, what this show even is. This from Wikipedia. Queen of the Universe is a drag queen singing competition television series produced by World of Wonder. The series is hosted by Graham Norton with the 4 judges, Leona Lewis, Michelle Visage, Trixie Mattel, and Vanessa Williams. Contestants will be competing for a cash prize of $250,000. The series premiered on Paramount Plus on December 2nd, 2021. 2 episodes premiered on December 2nd, and subsequently 1 episode was released per week until it concluded on December 30th. The format is very typical of singing shows. It shows like the contestants, and then it shows like little features of who they are, and then a performance. And usually the show is like contestant story, performance, judging, contestant story, performance, judging, and so on, until at the end there's like an elimination or some kind of closure in theory. I kind of wish there was a show like this where it's like finding the next great pop star. It could incorporate drag queens, but it could also incorporate just any people that are theatrical. Like I wish there was like a theatrical pop competition show. So let's recap what we saw in each episode. It'll go pretty quick. I'm just giving an overview. Episodes 1 and 2, it was sort of a 2-part premiere, and they were titled This Is Me. The queens had to impress the judges with their WAP, what they were wearing, all-star attitude, and performances. I think that's clunky, but I'll get to that. And at the end of these 2 episodes, 6 contestants were eliminated. So out of 14 contestants, 6 were cut in the premiere. Like, I get it, they had only a few episodes to work with, but my God, like, it happened so fast. And I was honestly so struck by the talent on this show. They had really great and talented singers. It just felt like they didn't have many chances. It was just like, you mess up once, you're out. So episode 2 was called Turn Back Time. They all had to sing songs that were older. This had 3 eliminations. Episode 3 was about duets. They had to write original songs. It reminded me a lot of Drag Race when they have songwriting challenges. You can see the influence from the production. But I thought it was kind of cool that they incorporated some original songs into this. I do really like hearing covers and hearing songs we all know. All of the other episodes had very famous songs on them, so I felt good with one episode of original songs. And they were really fun and had fun categories. Like, one was about friendship and one was about being frenemies, and they just had fun little categories. Episode 4 was called Bad Girls, and everyone had to sing like a bad bitch type anthem. And then episode 6, my episode count is off because the first 2 episodes kind of count as one. So episode 5, which is the finale, is called the Holly Gay Finale. Each queen got to perform 2 songs, 1 holiday, and then 1 just showstopper. Spoiler alert for the placements. I'm not going to go through and name the entire cast, just some of my favorites. The winner of Queen of the Universe was Greg Queen from Brazil. Second place was Ada Vox from San Antonio, Texas. I loved Ada Vox, and I was surprised she didn't win. I think everyone was really talented, but I did really expect her to win. I thought she had like the most amazing voice. And she's from my hometown, San Antonio, Texas, so I felt very proud that she was representing San Antonio and Texas and the US on a global stage. And then third place we had Aria B. Cassinine, who also was super talented. I think she just kind of messed up in her final song. But in this show, there was literally no room for errors. Aside from Ada Vox, my favorite contestant was Rani from India. I just loved the first song she did. That was like a Bollywood song. And then she did My Heart Will Go On, which, like, okay, she just did everything. I was obsessed with her. She also did a Lady Gaga song, Edge of Glory. Not Edge of Glory. She did Bad Romance. Sorry, someone else did Edge of Glory, but Ronnie did Bad Romance, and I was just like, yes. And then I heard it, and I was like, no. That was in episode 4, so I was really sad she got cut because I was really rooting for her. They just didn't have the time to give them a second chance. It was just like, well, you missed a note, bye. So I did find that to be a little like cruel, and it just felt like there was no room for like redemption arcs on this show or anything. Well, let me just get into the critiques because I'm critiquing it already. I think my main critique of this show is just how short it was. I doubt they had any say in this, and they were probably just given a trial run of episodes. It is confusing to me because Queen of the Universe had an astronomical budget. Trixie, I believe, has talked about this, how the budget for the show is just insane. Also, like, the prize is $250,000. That's huge. Drag Race doesn't even do that. I just find it weird that they pumped so much money into this show, but then we're like, you only get a trial run of a few episodes. They're also airing weekly and on and off season. Having a new show airing in December when all of the fall TV has finished, all of the spring TV is coming. This is not a common time frame to have a new show premiering. Even in the holidays, like, if a show is still going, it'll take weeks off for the holidays because people aren't watching TV when they're traveling and doing family stuff. It just feels weird, like how there seems to be a disconnect between the amount of budget they gave this show and then the type of distribution. I don't know, like, if they were going all in on the budget this hard, why not just make it a regular size season? At least even 10 episodes, because I do think it lacked just getting to know the queens better. I think they tried with, featuring the contestants before each performance and all that, but it's it's not enough for such lovable queens and such talented queens we're seeing. And again, the second chances thing in reality TV competition, so many of the stories and the most impactful parts of it are from redemption arcs and seeing someone grow from struggling or being an underdog to becoming great in like the finale or something. And I think they try to do a redemption storyline with Lavoie, the British queen who they eliminated the first episode and then brought back. That was like the only second chance we were able to see, and she did good. It's just like we need time just to have more arcs. That was my main issue with the show. Also, like, some of the format clunkiness was weird because a lot of times they ended on a cliffhanger, and I hate this. Just practically, it's not good. I find cliffhangers just fine if it's like a bingeable reality show. So like The Circle on Netflix releases their episodes in like chunks, and usually they have cliffhangers between the episodes, but they end on a cliffhanger, but a good enough one that it's like, okay, fine. We got enough chunks of episodes here and enough closure. But Queen of the Universe, it was like releasing episodes weekly and then ending them in a cliffhanger. By a week from now, I do not remember at all who was on the bottom, who's on the top, who went home last week. Like, I don't remember anything. So these types of episodes that are released weekly, like, you just need that closure. It's not gonna make the difference of me coming back. I'm not gonna think in a week like, oh my god, new Queen of the Universe, wonder if Drag Queen got saved. You know, I don't have that kind of attention span, and I don't think people in general do nowadays. I found it interesting how Queen of the Universe took from RuPaul's Drag Race, but also tried to differentiate itself. Like, for example, it says, this is a drag queen show with no lip syncing. That's one of their taglines. That's not the exact tagline, but I think every episode at least mentioned once that this is the drag TV show without lip syncs.
There will be no lip syncing.
But they really tried to make a new charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent thing for this show that I feel like just did not work. They tried to make it WAP, what you're wearing, all-star attitude, and performance. It's no charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent, honestly. It feels too new, like too specific. Like WAP is like a Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion thing, not like a, I mean, it has become like its own term, but not the way CUNT is. You know what I mean? It's kind of strange and kind of clunky, and I wish they didn't need to have that. It just felt like unnecessary depictions. They could have just said, we're judging them on their outfit, personality, and performance. You just needed the op. Also, a petty critique, but I did see a lot of people on the subreddit complain about this, was how they kept playing the damn little tag. You know what I'm talking about, the Queen of the Universe. Every commercial. My god, I got so tired of this. I think because it's Paramount Plus and the commercials are like, there's no commercials, so you just hear the song twice every break, and it's super annoying. So I think some of the later episodes didn't have it as bad, but those first few episodes was like, it got stuck in my head in like in the worst way possible. And finally, I think my biggest critique, this show is an international show. It's global. That's why it's Queen of the Universe. Paramount Plus is not available in other countries, which I feel so bad about. Like, it's honestly a good app and I like it. I have it in the US, and it's just so ridiculous that this show is international. An international audience can't watch it. People can't root for their country. I think that's just a big flaw in the distribution again. Like, what is this show? And to give such a huge budget to a new show and then fuck up the distribution like this just feels like stupid as hell. I don't know if maybe now there's some international viewing options, but I know when it premiered and for a couple weeks around that, there was no way to watch it in other countries. And it's like, this whole cast is people from other countries. They had a great opportunity for a big international audience of this show, and they fumbled the bag with putting it on an app not available internationally. Not even Canada has Paramount Plus, which I found out because someone in my comments asked me where they can watch The Real World in Canada, and I'm just like, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what alternative there is for Viacom, because Paramount Plus has all the like MTV, CBS, Nickelodeon, all the Viacom stuff. It's a lot of good stuff if you're a fan. They just left the international viewers hanging. Let me get into the positives. There are positives. I did really enjoy Queen of the Universe. Part of what I really enjoyed was that it was global. It was international. So many US produced shows are so US centric. We don't really see many shows cover the international audience. I think Eurovision was probably a big inspiration for Queen of the Universe, and it's a wildly successful show. Possibly something that also influenced Queen of the Universe was how successful the international Drag Race franchises have been. I think it showed a proof of concept for how people are interested in the international drag scene. It's really cool that Queen of the Universe was global. I liked how they had a live audience on Queen of the Universe and that they got to vote. I missed audience voting, and I like that it's like live. It's not like call-in voting, which feels like they're just trying to steal your data. Also, the prize being so high, I liked that. I think it was appropriate for a global stage, and I think Drag Race should follow suit, but we'll see. Also, just the talent, like I said, was probably the most enjoyable part. The performances, seeing this kind of elevated drag and queens that are so good at singing. Also, I think an underrated cute part of this was they would always show the queens rehearsing in like half drag. It's kind of like those cursed images where you see a drag queen with their full body and outfit on and no makeup. Also, in general on the show, the judges leaned pretty positive. I liked that they were very uplifting and they weren't like super rude. There was no like Simon Cowell types or anything. They were honest too. They were very like compliment sandwich type method. It made the show a little more wholesome. I think Trixie and Michelle were great, and I was happy to see Trixie in a judging position. I think she's definitely there at this point with her own success that she is qualified to judge. So far in Drag Race, it's been touchy to like have Drag Race queens judge things. I feel like RuPaul doesn't love that. I think Trixie is more than qualified to be there and made sense to have a drag queen on the panel. It was cool to see Leona Lewis after so long, and Vanessa Williams, of course, super respected. I think they did a good job with the judging. I'd like to see the judging panel sort of switched up next season. Not sure to what, but maybe having a more theatrical person or more camp in addition to a drag queen. We'll see if it even gets another season. I'm sure it will. I think it will. They promoted the crap out of Queen of the Universe. Like, it was bombarding me on every social. So we'll see if they do a season 2. I hope it's a full season instead of just whatever this trial run was. I would love to hear what you thought of Queen of the Universe, if you watched or plan to watch, or if you're international and can't watch for some reason. I'm sorry. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Also, who was your favorite queen? I shared mine. I also really loved Woo Woo too. They got her so quick in the first episode. I was so bad. Let me know your favorite queens or any other thoughts you had about this season. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed. I put out new videos twice a week about pop culture, internet trends, and other miscellaneous things. And you can follow me at Miscellaneous on Instagram or Twitter to find out about new videos, or just turn on the bell notification here on YouTube. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!